Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another late night here on the East Coast. How y'all doing? Hopefully pretty good. Hey, what? What's that you say? Lobster. Is this an early stream? Yeah, kind of. Not super early. But the important thing to know about this stream is I adjust my audio. Something like that. Hey, Yanks, how you doing, man? My God. Someday we'll have 2 children together. It's first off, I got dicked by work. I mean, you know, that's what jobs do. They dick you. They're unapologetic in their dicking. But it was another. I closed today and I open tomorrow. I have to be there at 7 in the morning, which means I need to be up in 5 hours, 5.5 if I'm very lazy. But I can't sleep because there's this gross heat in Canada. It's like 30 degrees and 80% humidity. And yes, we could turn on the AC because by God, we went years in an apartment with nothing but like heat and no windows, and it was fucking hell. And it was like we bought a house and we had central air and life was good, and Kaylin's like, no, we don't need to turn it on, so don't do that. So, good. You're up in about 5 hours? Oh, cool, Yanks. Well, fair enough. This is Caves of Cud, though. It's one of my favorite roguelikes of all time. I would definitely say top 5. I've played it on stream before. I've played it in its original version, and then much like the new Dwarf Fortress has, or games like, I believe Angband had it, stuff like that. Not Angband. But roguelikes are getting the quality of life, paid, gorgeous versions now, which is awesome. So you'd have these old free roguelikes, like Caves of Cud has been around since 2007. I didn't discover it until I think 2009. It was the very end of my high school, so maybe 2008. But I just remember really getting engrossed in this world, having a good time, and then still playing the old version like a scrub, and they come out with a paid version with gorgeous graphics and just streamlined it. You know, it's still the same janky roguelike game where you have to remember 10,000 hotkeys, but it looks good. It's got music, it's got sound effects, and that's kind of everything you need, because not only is that nice to a person like me, it's like, oh, well, I pay money to support developers that I massively respect in a game I love. Of course I will. That's a non-issue. You know what I mean? I always support the artist, even you know, to my detriment on some occasions. But what this does is it allows a stream audience to view the game and kind of follow along. Roguelikes are always a bit hard. We're going to create a new character, and we're going to do one of my favorite builds. We've done this on stream a few times. I'm not saying it's the best build, but it's a fun one. A little bit jankaroo, and it sort of really pulls you into this game. So immediately in Caves of Cud, you have 2 options. Human. Mutated human. Or the true kin. Now, the true kin are, as far as I recall, like true unmodified like humans, like genetically pure, which is cool. And the mutants in this game, while they have a lot of interesting powers, are actually like weaker because of the radiation and the tolls of poor genetics, as well as mutations, is actually fuck them up. So you're a lot stronger initially as a true kin, but it's more fun to play a little shitty mutant. And what I like to play, I don't remember the point list I would do necessarily, but what I like to play, this disgusting little beetle scavenger. We came up with him one time on stream, and I've loved him ever since. I think we've done 3 runs with him now, all of which have ended in death, of course. So your accuracy with both melee and ranged weapons, and your ability to dodge attacks, very important. Strength is, of course, penetrate your opponent's armor with melee attacks. That's quite good. We're not going to be a melee combatant, But this is a very important skill. How much damage your melee attacks do, and your ability to resist force movements, and your carry capacity. Carry capacity is important. We'll probably put strength up a little more if we can later. Number of hit points, hit point regeneration, and ability to resist disease and poison. Let's maybe do like 14. You know, we'll see if we can get that up. Intelligence, your number of skill points, and your ability to examine artifacts. It's going way up. Maybe 18 though. See, our character isn't a genius. Imagine like a gross dung beetle, or like a decaying cockroach or something, like this disgusting wretch that's come up from the junk. And that's where we live. We live in the junk. We breed in the junk. We breathe and eat and survive junk. And we try and take artifacts and smash them together to make new things. And I've always found that, I don't know, something that I sort of personally like feel attached to. I'm like, I like this kind of a character. It's a lot of fun. Not necessarily saying it's the most effective. So a cicada, yeah, we're kind of like a cicada. You could look at us like that. Cicadas are actually quite pretty as well, so I'd be fine with it. Not my favorite insect. That would be probably like a Japanese like stag beetle, like a rhino beetle, the ones with the little. They were called kabuto, which is where the helmets came from, or the name helmet came from originally in Japan. But just that super cool little triple pronged thing. But I do like Goliath beetles and stuff like that. Like beetles in general. Quite a fan of. I'll have to get a beetle tattoo at some point. But my frog comes first, because frog's another animal I very much resonate with. But either way, so your willpower score modifies the cooldowns of your activated abilities. So this will be mostly for us our mutation abilities. Who do the Pokemon? Well, that's where the word. I mean, the word's Japanese. But it kind of means helmet now, I believe. You know, that this is some very old citation needed that bounces around my brain. But it was a let's see if I can get a picture of them. Yeah, the Japanese rhinoceros beetle. They're very, very pretty. For the Japanese named helmet after a Pokemon? Oh, you. Well, I mean, it makes sense because they named like batteries in Japan are called Pikachu. That's a lie. But it sounded real, right? Anyway. We're not really going to have... Well, we might have some activated abilities. Your ability to resist mental attacks. I believe our willpower was really bad on my last beetle. And I had my head exploded by a psychic for walking in an area I wasn't supposed to. So that was kind of fun. Modifies your hit point and generation rate. I have a little bit. Ego. Your ego score determines the potency of your mental mutations. This is a very fun build. Going heavy ego. It's not going to be the one we do today, but it is a very fun one. Your ability to haggle with merchants and your ability to dominate the wills of other living creatures. Maybe. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say our character doesn't have potent mental mutations. We were a gross little slime. So willpower, less useful. Although, there are physical and mental mutations, and some physical mutations can have activated abilities. So this isn't necessarily a dead point. Try and get our agility up a little higher, maybe. Okay, maybe... Okay. Maybe 22 agility. We do want our intelligence up. We want to be quite clever so we can do a lot of our tinkering. What the heck are you playing? Caves of Cudfox. I've already spent, I think, probably about 20 minutes rambling about many things, but some of which how much I love this game. It's an old roguelike. Really, really good. It was made in around 2007 or something. I discovered it sort of 2008, 2009. And there is a newer version, came out a couple years ago, where it actually has like a GUI, a graphic user interface. It's got music, it's got sound effects. It's no, that's okay, Fox. Tonight's a chill night. I have to be up really early. We're not going to be streaming too long. I just want to help you immerse yourselves in this world because I love it. To me, this game echoes of the original Fallout. And I'm one of those crazy people that enjoyed Fallout 1 more than 2. Fallout 2 is still an amazing game, but Fallout 1 really did something to me. And I love that idea of just going out in the wasteland and encountering weird shit. It's very much like a Weird West type of setting, if you will. So strength. Carrying more stuff is always going to be good if we're a gross little junk beetle. Toughness, not so much. I think I'm happy with agility and intelligence here. Maybe we do something like just pop our strength up to a normal value. I think that will be fine. There's something to be said for taking my willpower down to put my strength up even more. That's definitely tempting, or even to put my agility up higher so that we have a better chance, because we're going to mostly be using guns, which are very expensive, as ammunition is quite rare. But we're going to be using them anyway. We're going to have to make it work. Low ego means we're going to have a lot of trouble selling, so we're going to be selling at a massive disadvantage for the most part. So trading for more bullets is going to be a little tricky. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. Like I said, I don't remember my exact build, but I don't like having an exact build. You know, I like to organically build these characters. Every beetle that spawns out of the waste. Or in this case, perhaps we are a cicada. This little cicada creature is freshly molted and sort of goobering all over the landscape as he chitters and looks for new junk. He's slightly different than the last. Perhaps that's better. Perhaps it's much worse. We'll find out. So, morphotypes are interesting. Right away, you can spend points to lock your character into a certain type of build. Now, wait a minute, you're saying, I'm spending points to deny myself access to things. Correct. There is a reason for this. We know we are garbage with mental mutations. So if we lock in Chimera, which means we can only manifest physical mutations, we spend a point doing so, but our character will never gain mental mutations now, which we're not good with anyway. This is a so-so type of thing. I find the opposite is a lot more important. When you're playing a mental, like basically a caster build, you don't want to get physical mutations because that will sort of ruin your day. So let's look at what a physical mutation could be. Multiple arms is always kind of cool. You have an extra set of arms, 8% chance for each extra arm to deliver an additional melee attack whenever you make a melee attack. Something kind of funny about, you know, having 4 arms and just grabbing some long swords and running in there. Might not be what we want right now. Adrenal control, +5 quickness. You can increase your body's adrenaline flow, but up to 5 grades. Each grade gives you an extra 10 quickness and 3% chance per round to exhaust yourself. When you exhaust yourself, you lose your adrenaline bonus and fall asleep 5 rounds later. You stay asleep for 5 rounds. Is this game text-based only? No, Fox. We'll get to it. The original Caves of Cud was an ASCII-based game. And if you don't know what that is, that's just the old computer term for text, but more importantly, text forming pictures. If you look up old pictures of Dwarf Fortress and stuff like that. Most games nowadays try desperately to move up to a tile set. And that's what this has now done. We now have beautiful art for the game. Gorgeous tiles. It's still going to be a little hard for you to follow, but I'm your guide in this world. I'm going to look after you. So hopefully you can pick it up. But it's not going to be completely text-based, no. Burrowing claws are really cool. You've spade-like claws that can burrow through the earth, and 4 successful attacks will dig through a wall. So this gives you a flat-up armor bonus. Can't wear gloves, ever. But you have an armor bonus. And a lot of utility with being able to sort of chunk your way through a wall in a panic. It's kind of interesting. I kind of like burrowing claws. Carapace. You're protected by durable carapace. 3 armor value. -6, that's our dodge value. So less dodge value. Bonus heat resistance, bonus cold resistance. You may tighten your carapace to receive double the armor bonus, but you cannot wear armor. Plus 400 reputation with tortoises, and a 33% chance of becoming immobilized when knocked prone. I think that's kind of beatly. Alright, we'll hold on the carapace. We might drop it. Carnivorous, we're going to pass on corrosive gas generation. You release a burst of corrosive gas around yourself. Interesting. You can kill yourself with that very easily, and more importantly, you can melt all your equipment. No thank you. I mean, it's definitely good, it's just, you gotta be good with it. Double muscled. You're possessed of hulking strength, but your size renders you gait, awkward, and clumsy. Not really what we're going for. You accrue electrical charge that you can discharge at will. So this is kind of cool. I believe, though, you can short-circuit your own electrical-based stuff with this, so maybe less good. An electromagnetic pulse, as you can imagine, also bad for a tinkerer like ourselves. Flaming hands, however. You emit jets of flame from your hands. So you can emit a 9-square ray of flame in the direction of your choice. 10-round cooldown, deals 1d4 plus 1 damage. That's not a lot of damage, but it is an interesting utility. And this game has a lot, like most good roguelikes, is very deep. You can slaughter a bunch of opponents and have pools of blood on the ground, and then as they keep flooding in, you can douse the corridor in flame and literally boil and steam the blood on the ground and sort of kill everyone with the blood steam. Very cool. We might go with flaming or freezing hands. I think that's kind of fun. No gloves, but you know, we have a little utility weapon in our back pocket. Heightened hearing. You detect the presence of creatures within a radius of 5. It's not bad. And so identify nearby creatures. Heightened quickness. Okay, so you're quicker but less tough. Horns. Horns jut out of your head. 20% chance on melee attack to gore your opponent. That is a shitload of damage. Goring attacks may cause bleeding. You do not wear helmets. Less good. Multiple arms, quite good. Now, all of these here, like, you're looking at these, you're like, oh, okay, like, the mutations are kind of interesting. You can upgrade them later, and they start giving very different and very strong bonuses. So, night vision is just great. It's 1 point you can see in the dark. Pretty strong. We're not going to take it because it's, you know, maybe too easy of a pick. You may phase through solid objects for brief periods of time. Oh, Quills is fun as fuck, too. That's right. But we can't do this because we have our Carapace. So this is, you have 300 Quills. You may expel 10% of your Quills in a burst around yourself. They deal 1d3 damage each. 0 bonus chance to hit. That means right here. Regenerate 1d4 Quills every 10 rounds. 2 armor as long as you retain half your Quills. 1 armor otherwise. Creatures attacking you in melee may impale themselves on your Quills. Can't wear armor and you're immune to other creatures' Quills. Kind of interesting. I kind of like the Carapace more with Cicada, but Quills is definitely interesting. Regeneration, quite good. Your wounds heal very quickly. You have increased hit point regeneration rate, and severed limbs regrow over time. I think that's a very Beetle thing as well. We'll look into that. Sleep gas generation. We don't have enough for flaming hands unless we take a negative, which we might. You release a burst of sleep gas around yourself, which can knock yourself out. Slime glands, you produce a viscous slime that you can spit at things. Spin webs, get stingers, triple jointed. Sec. Your joints stretch much further than usual, but your ligaments are weak, so more agility, less strength. Small chance to dodge a physical melee or range attack. Okay. Two-headed. You have two heads. Mental actions cost 20% lower action costs. Okay. Two hearts. It's pretty interesting. We could get wings so we could fly. I mean, that's tempting. Can't wear anything on your back, though. And I don't think we'll take any mental mutations, even though they're very powerful. Because, again, we're very weak with them. And I don't necessarily think that's what we're going for. Although taking something simple like, oh, I don't know, space-time vortex. Like, yeah, maybe we don't. There's some very cool things here, and it's a very fun build. That'll be for later. Maybe we take a mental defect, in fact. Anything you've not seen in the last 20 rounds disappears from map. Amnesia, that's kind of rough. Blinking tick, you teleport uncontrollably. There's a small chance each round that you randomly teleport to a nearby location. That's kind of funny. Maybe at some point we were messing around with some sort of, like a hyperdrive or a teleporter, and we broke it, but we're now, like, it's latched to us or something. Evil Twin is a nasty one. We're not going to do that. We fall asleep involuntarily from time to time. Narcolepsy is pretty rough, or socially repugnant. Yeah, unfortunately we can't really afford that if we're going to be doing gun. Amphibious, you require submersion in fresh water. I don't think so. That sounds a little painful. Beak. Face bears an unsightly beak. Can't wear anything on your face. Nah. Your blood does not clot easily. This one's pretty nasty, actually. You spontaneously erupt in the flames. There's just a small chance every round that you spontaneously erupt in the flames. That's kind of fun. I've taken hemophilia before, and it's pretty rough. So it takes much longer than usual for us to stop bleeding. I think I can try that. Cold-blooded's also interesting. So we have our defect here. So how many points do we have? 7. Not bad. I think we go for something like maybe like flaming hands. It's pretty fun, and nothing else we can really take that we want. I mean, we could drop this down to cold-blooded. I think that'll be okay. Maybe there's like a mental mutation worth 2 that we can take. Maybe we can, sense psychics. Okay. Telepathy, teleport other. That's interesting. Maybe. I mean, just because we can, it's like 1 point. Maybe we grab like slime clans. You know what I mean? We can spit slime at things. It's kind of gross. And we'll go up here and we'll say we want to be a chimera. Well, unstable genome is interesting. So, it says here, you gain an extra mutation, but it doesn't manifest right away. Whenever you gain a level, there's a 33% chance that your genome stabilizes and you get to choose from 3 random mutations. So it's a gamble. It's a gamble one. Because you might end up getting something worth more than 3 points, you might get a bunch of things that are worth less. So let's do this. I like it. Now we can choose to start from a bunch of different backgrounds. This is a pretty good way of doing it. Gunslinger's probably what we're going with. Means we get to start with +2 agility, which is nice, and a pistol with a weak spotter on it. We get 200 reputation with mysterious strangers. That sounds like us. The other option is tinker. So this gives us extra intelligence. Tinkering, which is a skill. Oh, right. So I see we have the pistol skill. We don't start with a pistol. That's interesting, though. Do we... Okay. So I normally go tinker. But we can still get tinker anyway. And it's kind of nice because you begin with a number of random artifacts and scrap. But instead of doing what I always do, and going tinkering, what about going gunslinger and hold up? Just wait for it. Can I make this work somehow? Maybe we get rid of our flaming hands. Okay. I don't think I can afford this any other way. What if we go multiple arms? Now, it does say it's only an additional melee attack. I was kind of thinking, like, it sounded really fun, like, multiple arms and, like, load up with a bunch of pistols. I don't know if you can, ever get that. Like, I don't know if that's a thing you can get. Hang on. Caves of Cud, multiple arms ranged. No. Okay, so we can't do that. But what do you think? Do we go for... Okay, so let's go grab our flaming hands back. Do we go for the gunslinger? Or the tinker? Oh, I see. Because either way, we'll be doing both. I think it is kind of fun, though, to start as a gunslinger. Let's try. I've never tried that. The water merchant is a very, very strong start. If you just want to get items and that make you good. Let's do this. Of course, we'll save this character build in your library. Sure, why not? Give this build a name. This is the Cicada Gunslinger. And let us go. We're going to start in Joppa, because Joppa is the tutorial place. Although this is cool. This is like a newer thing where you can start and like have different starts. We're always going to start in Joppa because it's my favorite. What is your name? I will enter to have one chosen for us. To ply those silver hollows, a spry adventurer's dream. Elder Irudad. We'll be meeting him shortly. Our name is Yemet. On the 9th of Uluut, you arrive at the oasis hamlet of Joppa, along the far rim of the Mograyi, the Great Salt Desert. All around you, moisture farmers tend to groves of viridian water vine. Their huts rot from the rock salt and brine stock. On the horizon, Cud's jungles strangle chrome steeples and rusted archways to the earth. Further and beyond, the fabled spindle rises above the fray and pierces the cloud-ribboned sky. Welcome to the game. Oh, we look like a cute little gunslinger. This is us here at the bottom. You're the little cicada gunslinger. This here, I believe it is K to look around. K is tinkering. L to look around. We have a few water vine farmers around. This is Mehmet. Years of the desert have taken their toll on his body, but he commands your ear with his voice like few other men. And you wonder what sovereignty he might have come to, if not born a moisture farmer. And there's also a zealot of the 6-day stilt. He preaches the Chromaic gospel of the Mechanimus. Precious saliva flies from his cracked lips, but he's too wrapped in the music of his words to notice. Because in this world, water is life. And in fact, we do start with 2 Borderlands revolvers. Oh, that's awesome. But the currency of the game is water. And you'll notice here, let's look at our sort of... There's a lot of information immediately to absorb. Our name is Yamet. We have a strength of 16, agility 24, toughness 14, wisdom 12, intelligence of 22, ego of 10, armor is 3, our dodge value is 4, our experience is 0 out of 220. This is, I believe, our movement allowance or something. I forget what this is just, who knows. It doesn't really matter. This refers to combat, I believe. It takes us 100 actions to move. Or I believe 100 actions to do whatever, like 100 time units rather. And certain actions will be more or less of that. But generally think everything takes 100 to move. You can think of it as everyone takes 1 turn to take an action. But if you take 80 and your opponent takes 100, then every 5 turns you'll have an extra one on them. That's pretty good. This is our chat log, and this says right here, it is the 9th of Elut. It's Harvest Dawn. That's the time, I believe, and it looks like we are dual wielding Borderlands revolvers. And in fact, we have 45 lead slugs, which is pretty good. We have a woven tunic, some beetle jerky, 4 servings. Oh my god, that's awkward. Although many insects are cannibalistic. We have 27 unburnt torches, which we might at some point sell or drop. 27 is quite a bit. We have a water skin with 32 drams of fresh water. A dram is actually, it is a unit of measurement. Is it half an ounce? How much is a dram? Dram in ounces. Wow. It's 1/16 of an ounce. What? Oh no, a fluid dram is 1/8 of a fluid ounce. Thank you. Think of that. Water is so precious in this world that you trade and sip it in 1/8 of an ounce. Just think of a shot glass with... Well, let us talk to this man. You have not a thrown weapon equipped, nor would I want to throw one. R is to reload. Yes, I remember that. Walk. Nothing to take. Let's see. I think I can move. Yes, I can. So here's our equipment. Our bodies, of course, the carapace. In our right hand, we have an empty water skin. And our left and right missile weapons are Borderlands revolvers. Pop, pop, pop. Our hands are ghostly flames. Oh, we just seem like a mysterious stranger, don't we? It's excellent. We have very poor reputation with a lot of things, although dogs seem to like us. As do tortoises. Villagers of Joppa are on the lesser side of neutral. No quests, we have our journal. And these are the skills and powers in the game. So, since we have the pistol skill, we have Steady Hand. For the purposes of determining your accuracy with pistols, your agility is treated as if it was 4 points higher. That's pretty good. And we have Weak Spotter. You score critical hits with pistols twice as often. I would say generally pistols are kind of shit, and you normally want to be using like a rifle, but maybe this will be a cool build. We have Wayfaring as well, so we can make a camp. It's interesting. And we're going to have to, unfortunately, look into tinkering. See, there's quite a few things in here that we want to get. Most importantly, Gadget Inspector, Disassembling, Reverse Engineering, Scavenging. So that's alright. I just need to remember, how do I interact? Do I just move into them? No, I'm sorry. Key mapping. Talk is C. Yeah, no, that makes sense, sure. Live and drink, friend. May you find shade in Joppa. What can you tell me about Joppa? You would be wise to speak with Elder Irodad. Look for his hut to the north. I'm in search of work. Some critters are eating our water vine. Baruch claims he saw one slinking around a vine patch. Ugly little thing, he says. Pale and white, 8 legs, and an ear-splitting whine. I noticed a bit of red dirt in the water vine pool. The same we find in the soil at a nearby cave to the north we call Red Rock. Travel to Red Rock. Kill as many of these critters as you can. Bring back the corpses of one too. Elder Irodad will reward you for your efforts. I will do as you ask. So this is your tutorial quest. If you're new to the game, you always take that. I will open this door, close it again, and potentially open this chest. As if I remember, they can't see me if the door's shut. There's a weird artifact in here. Take that. Thank you. Don't mind me just robbing everything you have. There's some woven baskets in there. We have here on the floor. Floor cushions, eh? This is surely a house of luxury. Wooden arrows, wooden burnous. That's like a shitty robe. An iron battle axe, and an empty water skin. And water skins are useful as you can fill them with water. That might seem very, very obvious, but again, that's how you carry not just liquids to drink, but liquids to trade. Yeah. And these are 2,000 drams of salty water. This is all salty water that's nurturing the water vine. What that means for us is, unfortunately, we can't take advantage of free water. Not that they would be happy with us running off their water. Because salty water is useless, right? Nobody wants to drink that shit. Nobody wants to trade for it. Wooden arrows, star apple, a bandage, and a short bow. Okay, well now we have a non-gun melee or range weapon, should we need it. This is our first merchant. There's a sign etched and painted terracotta. Reads Salt Sundries. And Tam, the dromad merchant. A stoic, long-necked man-camel. This trader belongs to the race of mercantile desert rovers who men called dromads. He is equipped with a cloth robe and sturdy shillelagh. Welcome, friend. What do you desire? What kind of creature are you? I am a dromad, friend. Salt Strider. I desire nothing. And drink. No, we're going to trade. So, it's very interesting that, of course, camels, with their ability to ration water so well, are such amazing traders in a world where you require vast amounts of water to cross these great deserts. So it's super cool. Does he have anything we want? Well, he likes our worn burnous and our woven tunic. So we'll be selling those. We're going to sell a bunch of torches. I don't need 27. Maybe we'll keep 10. The battle axe is interesting. We don't have a melee weapon otherwise. We'll take it. The short bow we'll probably keep, just so we do have a backup weapon. So that'll give us 6 drams of water from him to complete the trade. You can see he has 282 on him here. So what can we buy from you that we might be interested in? Well, all of your lead slugs, because that's our bread and butter. You can see that's already half the money, over half the money spent just for 49 lead slugs, but we do need them. It's almost tempting to buy the arrows as well, just for backup, but it's okay, we won't. Maybe some vine wafers. They're a cheap, plentiful food source here. Oh, bandages are so expensive. $7 for a bandage. And he'll buy ours for 14. Look at that. And we need bandages, because again, if we start bleeding, we die. As we're... Oh my god, the carbide longsword. That's a beetle I played once. With multi-arm, and I had like a bunch of longswords, and I just chopped the shit out of things. A musket, eh? At some point we might like that. A basic toolkit. We'll take that. We don't have one otherwise. He has a water skin with 2 drams of cider. He's asking for $90. That's fine. Oh, right. Because you can only trade in a full dram water. So what we want to do is, yeah. So we had to make that so the decimals were at least favorable to us. Absolutely. Okay, well we have 8 torches anyway. Live and drink, friend. Who's this gentleman over? Oh, it's a statue or something. This. How do I want to look at that thing? Unlock. Shrine to Artararam, ex-wife. Shrine depicts a significant event from the life of the ancient Sultan Artararam. Throughout the entirety of 514, Artararam rampaged through all of Samria's Hall, raining meteors down from the sky onto the settlements of the dogs and pariahs, which became known as the Pest of Samrias. Oh, I've discovered the location of Samrias because it's a historic site. Oh, that's fucking cool. That's new. I think we never would have known if I hadn't have gone like and looked at that. And this is, of course, Tesiphus. One star-riven night, a ray cat crossed in the marshy loam and wandered into Joppa. Watervine farmers, wakened by the joyful cries of a small girl, gathered around to revel at the favorable omen and extol the generosity of the beetle moon. Since then, Tesiphus has spent his days curled under the shade of rhinestock huts, sauntering over dirt paths. So long as he's approached with care, he welcomes the hands of friends and strangers alike. He's phosphorescent, docile. Well, let's go visit Elder Irodad. Perhaps he knows more of this world. Can I chat with you? Warden Ulreg. Ain't they wishing the heart keep pumping? Move long if they do. Your thirst is mine. My water is yours. Begin the water ritual. Cost me 1 dram of water. What's a water ritual? I don't remember this. Let's find out. Share your water with Warden Irodad. Or sorry, Ulreg, and begin the water ritual. Your reputation with the Fellowship of Wardens changed by 100. Because they admire... So this is interesting, a fun thing about this game. When you kill characters, or become friends with characters, people that like and dislike them will like and dislike you more or less. Because they admire Warden Ulrag, your reputation with the villagers of Joppa has changed by 100. But because they despise him, the reputation with the villagers of Narkavuk have changed by -100, and the heiress of the Vines Order, the radiant heiress of the Vines Order, also dislikes us because of this. Interesting, interesting. A live and drink friend. I'm glad we did that. That's new. Here, of course, is the the elder. Live and drink, wayfarer. Welcome to the oasis of Joppa. Here you will find shade and victual, along with other provisions to help you better scour the rust caves for treasure. Above all else, you may drink of our fresh water, quench your thirst. Sounds just like real life? Yeah, it's excellent. What can you tell me about Joppa? Joppa is an oasis hamlet nestled between the eastern reaches of the Great Salt Pans and the jungles of Cud. We are a community of water vine farmers. These groves lie along some of the few tracts of lands tame enough to grow water vine. What can you tell me about Cud? Cud is a strange and terrifying mesa to the northeast. Her tainted rivers breed life in all its motley forms. Her poisoned jungles shelter priceless relics of a forgotten past. That is just a half of it. For Cud's most precious treasures, and her most hideous children, lie within the innumerable chrome caverns beneath the scarlet loam. To ply those silver hollows, a spry adventurer's dream. The years have wizened me beyond such foolish ambitions, but you, be not deterred so. My thanks, Elder. So I can begin the water ritual with him as well. This is expensive, but let's do that. Everyone hates us now. Well, the villagers Joppa like us, trolls hate us, Beetles hate us, and Beetles hate us again. Ugh. I'd ask him to share a secret with us. Oh, potentially learn Harvestry off him at some point. That's excellent. Oh, that's cool. So you can use this to learn things. I wonder if we can talk to the cat. Let's trade. There's nothing to trade. As you would. Let's check in these houses as well. Never know if you can't steal something from these wonderful people that have treated me so well. There's a weird artifact in here. Some chests. Argave, mumbling, tensile strength of the rebel and lacking spinal elasticity. Retro threading the embed, probably. Oh, I didn't notice you there. That's because I was ignoring you. Nothing I trace you since I had a moment. Unexpected deviation from a client constant. Must you disturb me? What are you, some sort of treasure hunter? At the very least, make yourself useful and bring me a knick-knack from one of the caves. I may reward you. Where can I find such a cave? There are caves everywhere, you dolt. This is Cud, where the rust dwells just east of here. I will return with your knick-knack. And we have a new quest. Now, we already found a knick-knack, actually, in one of these, It's a weird artifact. You can examine it. Oh, it's a defoliant grenade Mark 1. Because we're so smart, we were able to sort of guesstimate what it is. It's a bowed pipe with a pull ring. So we don't know what it does. Defoliant grenade. Yeah, we'll give him that. That sounds fucking dangerous. Give him the knick-knack. You finish the step. Return to Argive. Okay. Appears you may be useful after all. Now go fetch me another trinket. Now, if you start the game as a tinker, you actually have a lot of initial trinkets that you can give him. And not all of them are going to be useful. Something like a grenade is a single-use item. So to me, it's not overly useful right now. Later in the game, it could be. And it could be there's a clutch situation that we can't get ourselves out of now. But that's okay. So anytime you're outside of it... Whoa, hang on. I want to check this out. There's like graves. Here rests Kigarok, tricked into jumping into a pool of lava by a gelatinous antiprism. Here rests the body of Feyumukus. Made too many mocking sounds at a baboon hero. This is interesting. This place. Here rests the body of Yishramiet, burned to death by a luminous note. I wonder if these are like playtester characters or something? Either way, let's head to the world map. Yep, this is the world map. Holy shit. And yes, you can get lost and things are bad and it's awesome and the world is randomly generated and cool things happen. But for us, and you might notice, oh my god, is this game gorgeous. It just is. But either way, let us head up to our quest. Red Rock. Finish the step, travel to Red Rock of the quest, What's Eating the Water Vine. Immediately in front of us is a hostile baboon. He is mad as tits. From atop his sunning boulder with his small monkey peers at you with eyes full of curiosity. 2 puffs of gray fur billow out from either side of his face. He's equipped with a vicious bite and a small stone. Hey, League of Terraria, how you doing? New person had entered CUD. I'm far from new to CUD, but yeah. I mean, we have a new character, if that's what you mean. Thought your character just spazzing out on the map? Nah. So let's just back up a little bit. Oh fuck. What's that thing? A goat? It's fine. I just don't want to mess with the monkey right now. Kudzu. Plant is densely twisted of metallic fibers and long billowing red fronds. Wave gently towards you on felt breeze. Not too bad. This is Witchwood. Witchwood is awesome, but I can't harvest. I don't think I can even pretend to harvest without the harvest ability. Usability? No, not. Although we should bind these to hotkeys. Flaming Hands. Let's put that on 1. Titan Carapace on 2, Spit Slime on 3, and Sprint on 4. That seems good. Oh, these fucking baboons. Okay. Let's set this one on fire, because he's a prick. And shoot at him with our 2 pistols. Not so bad. Fortunately, it's nighttime, so... Yeah, I was gonna say, we can't see them sneak up on us. Let's hide behind this tree. Wait. What's the cooldown on our Flaming Hands? Was it 10 turns? Forget. There's a way to find out, though. There. 10 turns, yeah. You can see if we upgrade this, we double its damage. Well, not quite, but we go from 1d4 plus 1 to 2d4 plus 1. We can upgrade our regeneration. The slime glands you can't upgrade, actually. And carapace we can, which is kind of nice. But that's what I was saying, like, mutations can eventually evolve and become stronger. And we're gonna flame this monkey. Just nuked him. Straight up. That's what you want to see. You're the little cicada gunslinger, and we give not a fuck about baboons. Set fire to them and just let them burn to death. Okay, don't bite me, please. It's rude. Try and play it safe. I mean, it would be wise for us to wait till morning. 2 turns. It's about to be morning anyway. worth the ammo, son. 2 turns. Whoa! I set fire to something on the ground there. Perhaps it was the ground itself. If there's like a mod that adds more sound effects. Because, don't get me wrong, I love the atmospheric music they have, because I used to put on either the Eve soundtrack or the original Fallout soundtrack. We wandered the wastes. Let's eat this baboon corpse. Not hungry enough to bring yourself to eat that. Well, maybe if we cook it a little more. Whoa! A yellow baboon. It's a hulking baboon. Okay. Well, behind him is the entrance to Red Rock, which is what we're looking for. Pow, pow. Okay, well, we fire our shots off and we completely miss. Wait for him to get a little closer. And hit him with Mr. Flame Hands. It wasn't quite effective. Wow, he throws some big fucking rocks. He's running away like a little shit. Now he's on fire. Oh, the fucking monkeys are coming. Nice. Oh, yeah, there is definitely some sound effects. Turn this up maybe, and then lower this a little more. Nice. Okay. We're gonna set him on fire again. Beautiful. The flaming hulking baboon beats at the flames with his hands. He screams out in terror. And we level both fucking barrels at him. Just delete the son of a bitch. Feels good executing monkeys. Not sure why that is, but it's definitely satisfying. There's not too many more monkeys left, and we might as well kill them. We can probably level up off this last one. Now, yes, we did have to expend some sad ammunition. Hooray! You've gained a level. You're now level 2. 1 extra hit point, 98 skill points. That's an unfortunate number. You need 100 for a lot of things. 1 mutation point. I should have made my intelligence higher. But that's okay. Hey there, you little son of a bitch. Oh. Music spooked you? Yeah, it was quite a bit louder than the rest of the ambiance. He's injured. I mean, I guess we'll... How's the music, though? Is the music itself good? Like, can you just, like, hear it enough to enjoy it, but not too much that it overpowers everything? Beautiful. Let's look at what leveling up does. Initially, nothing. It gives you, like, an extra piece of, health. Still got 94 shots, so we're doing okay. You don't really notice the music? It's very in the back. Here, we'll throw it up a little. I just like that little hint of ambience. You know what I mean? Let's try this. Yeah, so the 98 is unfortunate. That's okay. We want to get tinkering, which is 100. So that's fine. Anyway, so we leveled up. And what we gained was a mutation point. So we can buy a new random mutation for 4 MP. It's kind of neat. What we'll probably do, though, is upgrade our Carapace or our Flaming Hands. So Flaming Hands, I mean, this makes sense, right? We're using this a lot. It's just... like, we nuke things a lot better. Our Carapace is just much, well, slightly stronger armor, which is good. But yeah, let's go for El Flaming Hanyo. Now to upgrade this again, I believe we need 2 mutation points now. So we'd have to level up twice and not upgrade anything else. But it does increase the damage by another D4. Right here we have a Horned Chameleon. Tiny skin crystals shift and sort, changing the color of his appearance. Narrow bone extrudes from his head. Time to eat fire, bitch. Okay, so he takes 6 damage. Not great, but he also takes 1 extra damage from the fire you started. I think we'll just punch him, because he'll probably burn to... Actually, we'll just let him burn to death. Poor little fucker. Is this music noticeable? Yeah, this music's really nice, too. Actually. Ah, Young Ivory. Is that the same as the Jilted Lover? Packed into rents in the shale, spinescent ships of ivory. No. Okay. Young Ivories, I believe, are what end up ruining your entire life. You notice this music? Yes. Is it too loud? A little bad here. He's neutral, so we don't need to kill him. Ah, fire started in this cave. Who are you? The Dreadroot. Something. What's this? Seed-spitting vine. Delicate viridian tendrils curl inward and then spring open and loosen the seeds at high speeds. Okay, well I can turn it down like 2. Oh, fucking Snapjaws. So Snapjaws, you can see we just took a sip of water because we were getting thirsty, which of course is shit, because that's our money. So the longer you take, the less money you get. Tussocks of fur, dressed skin, stretched over taut muscle. Upright he stands, but he looks ready to drop onto 4s. His snout snarls and his ears twitch. He barks, and his hyena tribesmen answer. This is a Snapjaw, very common early game enemy. This creature receives +1 to its hit and penetration rolls for each other swarmer beyond the first who's adjacent to the target. So not too bad on their own. When a bunch get up on you, it's bad. And you don't know what kind of equipment they're packing. So let's set them on fire real quick. We're going to grab that willowy iron short sword. In fact, I don't believe we have a melee weapon currently equipped. Not. So let's remove this and equip our willowy iron short sword. Yeah. I already miss having my multiple arms. Graved bark armor and a bronze short sword. Nice. It being engraved doesn't actually make it any better for us, but it might increase the trade value somewhat. What am I looking at? Hey, Onyx Virus. This is Caves of Cud. It's an excellent roguelike from back in the day that received a proper sort of, I don't know, revamp to get itself into the 20th century, or 21st century rather. Now it has glorious, you know, GUI and actual like tile sets and stuff like that. So These little shit stains on the walls are really annoying. Aha, here's a Snapjaw Hunter. He's equipped with a bow. He's 100% an asshole. Yeah. You do have to, like, if you want the beautiful tile set and everything like this, like all the graphics, the cool... You can customize this. You can turn off your vignette and your scan lines. I like it. I really like the old style. Like, it makes me feel like I'm back in the day on my Apple II. You know what I mean? I'm playing, like, video games. The Snapjaw Hunter is an asshole, because he's got a ranged weapon. He knows how to use it. Thankfully, though, I know how to use ours. There's still something just off in the distance shooting at us. Now, if we had night vision, this would be no problem. We don't. So a campfire remains there. Alright, let's get out of sight from this dangerous seed spinning by. Aha! Let's grab the bark armor, the bronze dagger, the club, and the short bow. Now, another thing we could have done in that instance... Hey, leveled up. That's very luck compared to everything else. 98 skill points. Remind me never again to do 22 intelligence. Has to be 24, I guess. I didn't realize. That's okay, though. Got an attribute point as well as a mutation point, which is excellent. Go ahead and do that. Well, we could work on that now, actually. Potentially, we could start getting our intelligence up. Although I think at this point, there's not really a reason to. I think we just keep focusing on agility. We get better at shooting. We just keep getting better at shooting. Although strength is really tempting as well. But no, let's keep shooting for now. Now, some skills have stat requirements, so that's something we can look into. For example, Tinker 3 requires 29 intelligence. Probably never gonna go that far. We might, though. But getting intelligence up to 23 for Tinker 2, very doable. Oh, reverse engineer is quite good. Okay, well, we'll look into... Because what do we need here? So for pistol, 29 agility. It's fastest gun in the Rust. Fire pistols. Well, you don't fire pistols 25% faster. I mean, technically you do, but it reduces the action cost by 25%, which is much, much better. 27 agility is empty the clips. Cooldown of 200 turns. For 20 rounds, the action cost of firing pistols is reduced from 1,000 to 500. Woof. That's pretty fun. We actually have some SP, so we can think about getting akimbo here. If you wield 2 pistols, you fire a shot with each of them whenever you make a ranged attack. Pretty tempting. You receive no accuracy penalties for firing pistols while running. Holy shit, that's good. I think we grab sling and run, because that's hilarious. An agility-based chance to disarm your opponent when you score a hit with a pistol. Wow. That's also quite good. Normally, I entirely go down bow and rifle. Like, that's the tree I focus on when I build this character. But because we started as the gunslinger, we had pistols. So it's kind of fun. Like, maybe we do build this character completely differently and we ignore that. Well, that's very interesting. This is another super, like, taking multiple arms, going dual wield, and just go crazy. That's a very fun one. Okay, first aid. Staunch wounds. Non-combat only. Use a bandage and instantly cure any bleeding effect. If you have hemophilia, which we do, you'll have to use staunch wounds a few times to stop the bleeding. Shitty. I don't think we worry about first aid. I think we just upgrade our regeneration. Because who the fuck cares about setting limbs when I can chop my arm off and regrow it in a few days? Right? It's probably the way we go. There's so many great things to grab here. But tinkering, I do like a lot, because I really like scavenger. Whenever you step over garbage, you astutely rifle through it and occasionally discover scrap. Additionally, you harvest extra scrap from robots you destroy. So that's the game plan. We want to get scavenger. After that, maybe something like reverse engineer. Like disassemble, reverse engineer. Maybe something like Tinker 1. You know, we're not crazy about rushing that. We're gonna go ahead and grab tinkering. And because we have 96 left and not 100, so we goobered it. I think sling and run. No accuracy penalties for firing pistols while running. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're just like, Lobster. You're, you know, you're a proficient guy at the video games. I haven't seen you reload in a while. You're damn right. Well, this is rusted. Oh, we got fucked up already. I don't know how to clean that. I just forgot. Just forgot to reload. And you should. Now, I was going to say, if you're dual wielding pistols, I think these things rust you up, though. Yeah, these little fuckers. I don't know how you clear rust either. This initial cave is not your friend. First off, you got the rust bastards that ruin your day. Second off, oh shit. You have those, nice. Let's tighten our carapace up a little bit here. Oh. Okay, you're sprinting now. Perfect. Now that I'm sprinting, I need to make stop sprinting or again. It's already bound to the ability to command melee run. Do you want to bind it to stop sprinting instead? No. I guess bind it to 5? More than 5. But the little... Is this an enemy here? Neutral. And dragonfly. But there's these jilted lovers. I think they're called. They're like little spike things that come out of the fucking walls and just like insta-kill you. Especially when you have hemophilia. Because they inflict bleeding. And our wounds do not close. We just bleed out forever. So, yeah, these kudzus, man. Thankfully, we can just set fire to them. Oh, that reminds me, we have another mutation point to spend. I think it's probably go for regeneration here. We want to regenerate faster so that hopefully we can... that young ivory. Like, that could have been a bleed and we died. Like, just by stepping on that thing. And there we go. Oh, we stopped bleeding instantly. We got really lucky. Here's another young ivory. You can see this one's nice and covered in blood. Because it's a little fucker. It's okay, we survived. Flaming leather cap. I would fight the fire, please. Nice. I would like just the leather cap, not the flaming one. I love it, we set it on fire, then I rush over. I'm like, no, I want that hat. If I could, please, game. We're gonna start getting over encumbered soon. I'm probably gonna have to drop the hat. We're at 84 to 240 pounds. That's not too bad. I actually carry quite a bit on this character. Yeah, I would love to become Neo. There's a jilted lover. What a little fucker. I don't really want to kill the dragonfly here, but just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Blue bark armor, a bronze mace, short bow. Make sure we reload our gun here. Something kill the giant dragonfly over here. not quite hungry enough right now. Or torturing out. Oh no, I just for some reason, oh whoops, accidentally equipped the giant dragonfly. I had the wrong button. Remove. This torch. And drop, please. There, other dragonfly friend. Forgot that we murdered his brother. This just loops around, so go the easy way. Pretty much, because I have to be up so early, we're gonna finish this dungeon. We're gonna get the shit out of here. Go to bed. Let's clear our escape route. We're gonna start running. And because I can shoot while sprinting, I'm just gonna kite these fuckers around. Beautiful. Famished, you'll move slower until you eat again. Then I will eat one of their corpses. Feast on the Snapjaw. Snapjaw corpse, a disgusting meal of sinew. You are now sated and quenched. Oh, but you feel sick. Yeah, you didn't used to have a problem in this game eating like everything, but I guess you do now. Let's start sprinting. Oh fuck, I can't sprint. Just shoot this guy. Reload. Grab the furs, which I think I actually can trade for a decent amount, which is nice. That iron battle axe might end up being our new weapon. Because we're not... So the interesting thing about this build is we have a very high agility, so we're very good at hitting in melee. We just don't have the strength to pierce their armor if we do hit. So we want to be looking for things that have a lot of armor piercing. Or high damage, or both. So if we were to look now, weapons. Now I can explain this really quick. Can you see my cursor? Let's see. Is the cursor on the screen? Right. Yeah, okay, good. Okay. So, this here, that is, I'm 90% sure that's the 2-hit value, the accuracy. Then here, that's the amount of damage it does, and that's of course how many I have. So, current weapon's 1d3. Sharp bronze longsword. +1 penetration. I mean, that's exactly what I was looking for, actually. Nice. Alright, let's continue. Someone else is attacking here. You little bastard. What's our ammo situation like? 84. Oh shit. What are you? Snapjaw warrior. And a giant amoeba. Well, I'd rather not fuck with the amoeba. Nice. See, I aimed that towards where I thought the amoeba would be, so we could catch them both on fire. Oh, thank God. We barely got that amoeba in time. There's now slime all over the floor. Add slime spitting effects to cooked meals. Interesting. So, we could... fill one of our water skims with slime. Is that the big play? I don't know. But it's a play. Yeah, we're almost full up. Yes. From a dread root. Okay. I swear I saw an arrow fly past us as well. We might need to leave this place and come back. So we're getting full up on inventory space. Oh, those dread roots are being real bastards right now. Let's do that then. There's our way out of here. Oh, I hear the cats being bad. So, let's head back to Joppa. Oh, I was lost. Hang on. So, when you randomly become lost... Oh, well, I mean, that resolved itself very quickly. But when you become lost, you have to just wander around for, like, pass through a certain number of screens until the game decides that, no, you know where you are again. You've discovered surroundings. Okay, let's do a little trade here. Okay. So, you'll notice I don't get a lot. We're not very good at trading. That's why we have to do the cheese. It's the only way. Armor is useless to us. We can never equip it. I believe you can use a shawl to keep yourself warm, but we don't need to. We don't need any of this stuff either. Although we don't get a lot for it, we get something. I need to figure out a way to unrust this Borderlands revolver, because that really fucking chafes me. Sell these short bows as well. Okay, not too bad. We're looking at 39 drams. Just not enough to buy anything good. Buy all these shotgun shells, just in case a dream happens. You know, it could happen. Good. No, I'm not gonna buy star apples. I want to buy the musket, but we're not quite there yet. A buckler's tempting. But I think that's okay. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're just trading everything. And I think maybe we call it there for tonight, because I have to be up very, very early, unfortunately. Y'all take it easy. Hopefully you've had a good time. We're close to leveling up again, and Yamet is on his way, becoming the greatest gunslinger that ever lived, but will probably die in a horrible, horrible way. It's possible, like, I don't think we're going to go as heavy in the tinkering as I normally do. I wonder if repair would remove rust. Very tempting. But you kind of need tinkering if you're looking in the guns, in my opinion. If you were just going like bows or sort of grabbing scrap, it's less important. But I also really think that we want to get stuff like the akimbo here. So we can just pop, 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 pop. I love that idea. Until then, guys, take it easy and have a nice night.